Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about United Nations. Is United Nations collapsing? I don't know. Maybe we need to ask ourselves a question if there is still future in the United Nations. Because we are seeing how the US is misbehaving. Now the question is, how is diplomacy going to be play out currently? Should every nation force themselves to play their own cards and their own diplomacy? Should every region bloc that has been formed, like European unions, the African unions, the East Africa, the West Africa, and many others that have come up, okay? And we have seen them being formed currently much, and they are becoming more effective. The question is, should the United Nations be closed off? Or is it because currently Donald Trump has agenda of American first, is withdrawing from all these helping, like supporting the United Nations and so on? We are asking ourselves a question. You mean without America, United Nations can't function? Is it because it's in their land in New York City? The world leaders need to come up with the solutions as quickly as possible. If not, there should be a review on the United Nations. Either the charter need to be redrafted because it's no longer doing the work which which it was supposed to do that when the United Nations was formed. You get the point? After the 1945, the World War II. Now, let's ask ourselves a question. Recently, America went and attacked Venezuela. You get the point? And the president was arrested. Now, on what audacity does America have to go and pick another head of state? Even if that head of state was doing something illegal, America would have also go and ask for inquiry from the United Nations to be given a go-ahead. Or those regional blocs in the Asian states or in a Southern America, wherever where it is, they would have come and say, you know what, America, we agree as the regional blocs, this is what is going on. But you can't just take a decision by yourself and the United Nations is quiet. Now, this gives us a flashback that even during the time of the colonialism has been taking place and is still happening in Africa, the United Nations is quiet. Now, this is calling for us to understand as leaders and those who are in power, like the head of state, you need to begin thinking how to redraft yourself, how to handle your business as a head of state. Because if not, something is not moving right. For example, the America has withdrawn from World Health Organization recently. Now, what comes to your mind? Now they're saying, we are going to reduce on our performance and the staff which have been supporting the World Health Organization. It's madness. It looks like it was United Nations is being run by USA. So what's the use of other nations which are there? For example, the UK, the France, the Germany, mention yourself. And this other African nation has also signed up. So what's the use of United Nations? And what's the use of those other nations if they're there? You get the point? And it doesn't make sense at all. Because this diplomacy helps us to understand that if we come as in one umbrella, we need to discuss before something goes forward. Now, you can't tell me that you want to determine that I should either have the nuclear weapon or not. It doesn't make sense. Now, that's why, because of that, you're seeing an example happening where? In Ukraine. You get the point? Because Ukraine nuclear power was forced to be disarmed. Assuming Ukraine maintained their nuclear power, I trust you or not trust me, Russia would have never and ever threatened to attack Ukraine again. So Russia attacked Ukraine because he knew that Ukraine has no what? Nuclear power. Now, Ukraine has to depend on the other nation. But this doesn't make sense to me. Do you know why? Because United States has nuclear power. You get the point? And we have not seen United Nations coming up to rebuke the US. And recently, Donald Trump said, we need to improve on our technology. We are running into a low space because China is faster than us. But why? But you're telling other people to stop. Now you're telling Iran not to make it. You're telling other nations not to make it. But you people have it. France has nuclear. Germany has. You get the point? Some of you have. Then why are you telling others not to have? The same thing, I pose a question to African states. You're there sleeping instead of focusing on also building your nuclear power. Because one day, what is happening, you're seeing is happening in Iran, that they're being threatened. What you see is happening in Ukraine. I believe these people are not yet done with as Africa. They will come back. But you African leaders, you're also becoming another problem to us because you cannot really form yourself to defend Africa itself. But you go to the United Nations, we don't know either you go to protect the interests of the people that you're leading or you're just going there because some people are driving you. For how long are they going to keep driving us? Therefore, this is my request to the world leaders. Please sit down and reflect. If the United Nations is still having that credibility to stay as an institution that is supposed to protect peace and defend peace in the world. Because you can't tell me with the current coup d'etat that's been happening in Africa, been happening in a different part of Asia, been happening in other part of the South American, it doesn't make sense that the war is still going on, but when shall we have peace? You get the point? We are busy promoting other agenda that is not going to help us. The first thing that people want is peace. Can we have peace first? If we have peace, other things can come. Economy, everything, blah, blah, those kind of things those can be put in place. You get the point? But first, can we have that? So if United Nations cannot afford to do that, please kindly let the world know and please close that institution alone. Now let every regional bloc that has been formed to run the business as usual. Diplomacy, it is important if we understand how each state needs supposed to operate. And we need to have that. And this call goes for also the African leaders. Many people have been advocating for free movements. Guys, remove the visa. Let's have visa-free movement. Because time is coming, and I'm seeing it happening. I might not be there by then. Let me tell you, all of us, we are going to die. But one day, if we don't put some restriction and some security to protect the younger generation which are coming, trust me or not, they will face it rough. It is time, don't just be a president, be a leader that protects your people. Don't let other nations drive you. Learn to present your case and let them listen. If they don't want to listen, close the business. It's about business, nothing else. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can understand. Please share your view. If it is really important for United Nations, need to close. Or should other superpower should take over? For example, China. Should China take over in the bigger financing of the United Nations? Together maybe with Russia, maybe with the but even Turkey is doing well. Turkey's, we talk of Saudi Arabia, they're also doing well. We're talking of UK. Can they come up with a strategy where they have to do something? America shouldn't be a threat to the world. For example, look at what is happening to Europe. You were busy keeping quiet, protecting America, talking everything. Now, when you're being threatened to take over Greenland, you were waking up. Thank you so much for waking up, because it is time for you guys to understand that it is not easy. Anyway, that is my question to you guys. If United Nations need to be closed and to allow the other regional forms blocks that is there, like the European Union and other part African Union, so on, to take up charge of their own region, but let's do business. Please share your review and let me know what is there, and then we can start from there. Don't forget to subscribe and share, give other people like, and so on. Please, see you guys next time. I sign out.